Hello friends, James Stevenson back with part 2 of my two-part series, 12 Days of Bradsmas. Let me check in with my co-host Loki and let you see what he's up to, just moving around in bed trying to get comfortable. If you didn't see part 1 of this series, you could go watch that one first. It's not like there was a lot of plot that you're going to miss. Just a year ago this time, Brad Munchen was giving out terrible advice that people should be shorting Tesla. And then Tesla very quickly thereafter hit its 52-week low and has doubled in price since that time. Pardon me. And Loki. But I'll share my desktop with you and pick up the tour where we left off. We had only made it to December 26th when I showed you this tweet at the end of part 1. So I'll scroll on down and show you a continuation of our 12 days of Bradsmas countdown. 1 year ago, on December 27th of 2022, Motorhead got 1,200 likes, predicting Elon would soon lose 89 million Tesla shares to margin calls. Bonus content, longtime Tesla haters pulse Tesla, and 317ND1 amplifying his short conviction in the comments. So this is the kind of interaction the fraud posing under the fake name Brad Munchen used to get on X. The closer hashtag Tesla gets to $100, the higher the chances of a margin call on Elon, he said at the time. And then Tesla polls helpfully chimed in. It's now down 5% pre-market to $123, about half of where it's trading today. 317ND replied, $116 is a fantastic price for hashtag Tesla, never gonna be worth more. You know, helping Brad to keep shorting Tesla, add to his short, buy put options, all of which you'll see shortly. I forgot to post this one on the 28th, but on 12/28/2022, Motorhead was concerned trolling lots of bag holders on Korea, whose bags have since gotten twice as heavy as Tesla stock doubled in value. Calling them bag holders for owning Tesla shares is pretty much what this says. If you want to pause it and read it, you can. Here's one from the 29th. 1 year ago today, the fraud posing under the fake name Brad Munchen posted that he would be fully reloaded again on his Tesla short position before earnings. PBR Street Gang 7 agreed. Tesla fan MTL warned them they would get wrecked. Spoiler alert, by January 6th, Brad was fully reloaded again. So he couldn't wait to buy his put options. He bought them all. As Tesla hit its lows, he was buying put options, which is the worst possible time to buy put options. You can't do worse trading Tesla stock than this guy did. Let's go see the next one here. Yeah, there's the preview of what he did on January the 6th. So we'll see that one again later. Here's one from December 30th, 1 year ago today. With Tesla trading at less than half its current value, Brad said, "Many fools saying Tesla is oversold." I am one of the fools who at the time was saying that it was oversold. He wrongly judged Tesla was overvalued, not oversold, claiming all competitors combined sold 45 times more cars and predicted no more growth. Well, it's not quite 45 times more anymore. Tesla sold 1.8 million vehicles this year in 2023. Every year that multiple gets smaller. It used to be over 100 times more not that long ago. So you can pause and read those screenshots if you want. Here's one from 1 year ago today. Brad posted, "I'm filling my boots with puts soon because the stock could trade down to $10, is what he said here. Yeah, let's go to this next one. There it is. If Tesla has double-digit earnings declines or a quarterly loss, the stock could trade down to $10, less than 1x book value, Brad claimed. Let's see what else is here. Oh, that was it. It was just those three. Okay. Next, only much later on did Brad reveal that his boots only hold $3,000. Huh. He must have small feet. Yeah, so if you thought this was a big baller throwing around huge piles of money, mountains of money into Tesla stock options, he says here, he admits in December 12th of 2023, nearly a year later, when called out, how are those puts from January of 23 doing for you? He said, almost worth nothing now, but it was only a $3,000 investment. I'm going to average up after the delivery report as they're only worth 12 cents now. Better than buying a lottery ticket. Oh man. So let's keep the train rolling to the next day, keeping the 12 days of Bradsmas countdown rolling. He predicted Elon would sell Tesla shares in 2023, which Elon had already said he would not do. Elon 1, Clown 0. The following day, January 2nd, with Tesla trading near what we now know were 52-week lows, Brad reacted to last year's Q4 delivery report by concluding hard to see any dip buying after this. Smart investors who bought the dip then are now up by more than 100%. They have doubled their money in less than a year if they bought the dip that this guy said in the screenshot here. I don't know what that error was about. Hard to see any dip buying after this, and I won't read you the rest of that sentence. 1 year ago on January 3rd, Brad posted, haven't seen anything this horrific since 2009 as Tesla inventory worsened from world class to, checks notes, still by far the best in the industry, prompting the question, did he not see his returns shorting Tesla in 2019? Like, this is the worst. He hasn't seen anything this horrific. How did you not see your own investment returns? Those are more horrific. This fellow hater said probably makes more sense to look at it as a percentage of sales, though. And he said actually inventory is best looked at as a percentage of cost of goods sold, but we don't have that yet. As a percent of cost of goods sold, that's not a thing. So inventory at cost is the cost of goods sold. That would be 1 if you divided it by itself. Inventory is recorded at cost. So when you sell it, the COGS is the inventory carrying cost. Amazing the nonsense coming out of this account. About 13 days of inventory per Tesla podcast, which is lower than industry average of 60 days. 4 times better than the industry average turn time, although the sharp increase is a bit concerning, said Anthony Lee, at Anthony Lee, CPA, who understands what he's talking about a lot more than the fraud posing under the fake name Brad Munchen. Bonus content, less than 1 day ago, Brad posted a correction to his derp dive analysis, which I did not read. This was the only current event I threw into the thread, admitting his $3 billion estimate for Tesla's cost to install FSD chips was too high by more than $3 billion. Now, if you think I've made a typo in my tweet, that's what the screenshot is here for. Don't try this at home, folks. He's a professional. Let's check it out. What did he say? He said, in my Tesla Files report, there was an erroneous cost estimate of reinstalling the redundant chip that was removed in late 2021 amid the chip shortage. The original version had a recall estimate of $3.28 billion, but the real cost, meaning his revised estimate, is $240 million. Who knows if he got that one right or not? But he took his estimate down by $3.04 billion from $3.28 billion. So he had to revise it down by more than 90%. That's how far off he was. Nicholas J. Castro replied, now revisit basically every other prediction you've made for the past 5 years since you're offering apologies. Might as well. Hashtag Tesla, hashtag Tesla Q. And he said, I wouldn't talk about predictions if I were you, but I predict that you'll lose money on Tesla this year unless you get out, while I'll clean up as it crashes. Do you have anything left to clean up with? Brad, that's my question. Then on January 4th, Brad called Fresh Jiva a bag holder for tweeting that hashtag Tesla trading at $108 was within 15% of the bottom. The current 52-week range on Tesla is 101.81 to 299.29. So Mayor was right. It was actually within 6% of the bottom. He thought that was a bag holder quote, but you can see the quote here, January 3rd. At $108 per share, we are within 15% of Tesla hitting a bottom. Tesla was within 6% of hitting a bottom. So good on you, Mayor Tucker, for getting that right. And haha, Brad Munchen, you were wrong as usual. Here's a tweet from Brad from January 5th of 2023. We've wrapped over the calendar year now, so they stop being 2022 dates and start being 2023. Brad compared Tesla to AMC and GameStop, explained why he thought Rivian has a better chance of surviving than Tesla does, and illustrated the difference between hearing and understanding. 12 Days of Bradsmas concludes tomorrow, I teased. Let's take a look at these. Why hashtag Tesla brings back memories of hashtag GME and hashtag AMC, but they were going up, retweeting FX Hedge at FX Hedgers. Just reporting TD Ameritrade turns off day trading buying power for Tesla stock. So some folks might have been getting margin called who had too much margin on the stock, and that could have motivated TD Ameritrade to turn off day trading buying power for Tesla stock. I don't know. That company makes up its own rules for why it does stuff like that. And this one from that date, many Tesla Q guys criticizing me for participating in Tesla will triple in 2022 Twitter Spaces. I have never joined one of those because I refuse to support anything Yaman Tajdavar is involved in. That's a story for another day. If retail makes up 39% of Tesla shares outstanding, you're not doing enough work by not hearing what the fanboys have to say. 39% seems high. He may be counting what index funds have purchased of Tesla. Otherwise, I don't think the number is that high. That would be many, many hundreds of billions of dollars of retail, which would be way over the average for stocks. Reboticon at Reboticant replied, yes, big round of applause for those that watch so we don't have to. By the way, has anyone checked in on Zach and Jesse? Think those are the names, the kid and dad who made YouTube vids. Brad replied they lost credibility after they likely got paid to do videos of how bad Rivian is. Rivian is blue chip. If any of the startups survive, it's Rivian, not Tesla. Tesla has a much worse chance of surviving than Rivian does, says Brad. So here's the Rivian chart. They are up. They're up from about $20 to about $23. Here's the Tesla chart. Tesla is up from $110 to $250. So that's the usual investment advice you get from Brad Munchen. And on the 12th day of Bradsmas, 1 year ago today, which was the 52-week low, the fraud posing under the fake name Brad Munchen purchased Tesla put options that have never once been worth more than he paid for them because he bought them on the 52-week low date, and predicted that Tesla would raise money by issuing new shares at $25 before the end of Q3 2023 because Elon Musk is a moron. Every single bit of that prediction was wrong, so that's pretty hilarious. So yeah, Tesla will do an equity raise by the end of Q3 2023. That's false. That didn't happen. The receipts are in. He was wrong. If Musk were smart, he'd do it now at $100. But because he's a moron, he'll do it at $25 after bad earnings in the first half of 2023. So all of that was incorrect. And here you see him in this screenshot that we teased earlier, but I didn't read. I'll read it to you now. I just bought the Tesla January 25 puts at a $25 strike. So he was predicting that Tesla would be bankrupt or close to bankrupt within 2 years, is what that says. Matt Smith replying, what do you think EPS will be in 2023 and 2024? He only answered the question about 2023, saying, I see Tesla GAAP EPS in 2023 at $1.56, so Tesla's already passed that through the first 3 quarters of the year. So he was wrong. I don't have any forecasts beyond 2023, chickening out of Matt's other question. As there's nothing to forecast, no new models or full model changes forecast. So I guess he didn't get the memo about the Cybertruck or the Tesla Model 3 Highland or the Model Y refresh or the next generation vehicles that are coming and could be on sale before the end of 2024 if Tesla really gets moving quick. There's a good reason to not announce that way in advance. It's called the Osborne effect. You would rather be close to done before you let people know that you have a less expensive vehicle coming that's really solid. And I replied just a couple of weeks ago, you said hashtag Tesla 2023 earnings would be negative. If you keep raising your 2023 EPS projections at this rate, you'll have the highest target on Twitter by Easter. And he would have. If every week he had raised his forecast by about $2 from, negative 44 cents or whatever, he told George Noble on that podcast he thought Tesla's loss was going to be in 2023. If he had kept raising it by $2 a week, he would have been the highest estimate there was before long. And there's your chart. And that's it. That's my video for today. So with that, I will check back in with Loki one more time. You can see he has turned his back on Brad Munchen. Can't stand to look at the tweets from Brad Munchen in the inaugural, maybe I'll do it every year, 12 Days of Bradsmas countdown. So that's my video for today, and if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to click the like button. That'll help other people find it who may enjoy it as much as you did. Thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon or on X or by joining my YouTube channel, especially my executive producers, Kathy Kitchler and Rebellionaire.com, and I'll see you in the next one.